Was gone for a while. Got busy with school, and I just turned on my AC. But I just got, I don't know if it's food poisoning or stomach bug or what it is, but my stomach has been killing me, and it gave me an idea for the topic of today. So, as people, we're always seeking and looking at the things that we don't have, whether it be not having a car, not having the newest phone, not having this physique, not having this much money, not having that job, not having this education, blah blah blah. And it goes to show that we strive for the best, right? We strive for higher and higher, and that can be good. But a lot of the times we take advantage of the situation we're put in. We take advantage of what we already have. Someone else in the world would kill to have the things I have, and I don't appreciate that enough. And I would kill to have some of the things that other people had, which they don't appreciate enough. And it's just about sitting down and appreciating life as you walk through it. You know what I mean? You're never going to be fully satisfied with whatever you have, but it's great to have appreciation for things. How many times in the last week have you told your mother you appreciated her? Or your father that you appreciated her? And if you don't have a good relationship with either of them, parent, a figure, a guardian, how many times have you told them, I appreciate you a lot? And I don't say that enough. I'm guessing not many. Maybe just like, okay, bye mom, or like bye dad, or bye so and so. Like bye, I love you, right? That's different from stopping and being like, hey, I appreciate you a lot, and I love you. Even if you don't have everything and your parents or guardian can't provide everything, they're doing the best they can. And a lot of the times when you're put in really shitty situations, you'll look back and be like, hey, I was actually in a pretty good situation. Right now that I have the whole stomach bug thing, I am thinking back to how much I took advantage of, having good health and feeling good and not feeling like I have to throw up every 5 minutes. I just ate and I want to go throw up. I want to go throw up so bad. But we're holding on. We're holding on. And, it's great to strive. It's great to strive for big things. But, the only person you can truly rely on is yourself. And as long as, I'm not sure what's going to cut in my stomach, just freaking, it was loud. But as long as you have yourself, you're never going to be alone. A lot of people, what is that? That's because of my light. Hold up. Can I move more to the side? There we go. Okay. There we go. So a lot of people, rather than, finding themselves, because you can never truly find yourself. The only thing you really can do is find more of yourself. You will be constantly changing, no matter what. You will always be changing. Day by day, you're a different person. The person you were yesterday isn't the person you are today. Maybe you are the same person. That's not great. That's not good. You should be ever evolving. You should never stay stagnant. How do I put this? When you go and find yourself, you find yourself and become a better person. When you go and try to fill that void with other people and, the gratification that other people give you, whether it be compliments, whether it be attention, whether it be validation, that's great and all, that's good to have. But how do you feel about yourself? Do you feel confident in your own skin? Do you feel good about yourself? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't be seeking out a relationship. You should be finding yourself. And that has a big part to do with being appreciative. When you're appreciative of everything you have, you're no longer seeking this, seeking that, seeking that. All you're doing is trying to make the most out of every situation. It's okay to be envious every once in a while. I want this, I want that, I want that. That's great to have, you know what I mean? Because you're seeking more. But if you're never appreciative of what you have, how are you ever going to be appreciative of yourself? You're never going to be appreciative of yourself. You're always going to down talk. You're always going to be in a shitty mood because I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. Growth isn't linear. Growth will go up, go up, go up, stagnate, stagnate, go down. It's okay. Every opportunity you get that brings you down, it's just as good it's just as good of an opportunity to bounce back. I think I used this quote in another video. It's like a slingshot where you pull back. It's like whenever you look at a graph, a lot of graphs go down, down, down. So you're pulling down and then shoots up. And that's something a lot of people should be striving for. How can I be more of myself? What do I enjoy doing? What do I enjoy not doing, but how do I enjoy passing the time? What you enjoy doing and what you enjoy passing the time is different, you know. I could like passing time by being on my phone, you know, going out, taking a walk. That's a good way to pass the time. That doesn't mean I 100% love doing it. I like powerlifting. I like wrestling. Even though I'm not wrestling this year, I like wrestling. I like filming videos every once in a while. You know, there's some videos I filmed that I felt just weren't good enough to be posted, so I deleted them. What else do I like? I like drawing. I like listening to audiobooks. A lot of the times, I feel a little dyslexic a lot of times, so I have to go back, reread the page, and it's just too much for me. So sometimes when I listen to audiobooks, it just helps clear everything up. And honestly, finding more of yourself is what leads to happiness. A lot of people talk about how they aren't happy, how, you know, their situation's shitty, how this and that. But it's about finding the great in your life, you know? There was, I don't know what the odds are, but there was a very low chance of you, out of all of the other possible kids that could have been born, you were born. You were put in a specific family, with a specific situation, with a specific background. One of one. So you could either take your past and say, this is what's holding me back, you know, my past is what, you know, hasn't allowed me to be big, make a name for myself. Or you could use it as motivation. Yeah, I was struggling and, you know, I was in a shitty situation, but now look where I'm at. That's a big difference from, you know, just, oh, I'm a victim. The victim mentality is what holds a lot of people back when it comes down to everyday life. When you act like a victim and you feel like a victim, you feel like everything is stacked against you. So what if things are stacked against you? You have to defy the odds. You have to defy the odds. When someone doesn't believe in you, it feels way better to prove them wrong than to show them that they were right to not believe you. And honestly, it's great having people that don't believe in you and people that don't fully comprehend what you could be capable of. When a lot of people don't believe in you, it kind of goes to show like, hey, they don't see the same potential that you see. And the only person that can unlock all of that potential is yourself. There was this quote. It was hard work beats talent when talent doesn't have hard work. And it's true. You know, when you think of a lot of major athletes, you think, oh, they have great genetics. Oh, you know, they're top 1%, blah, 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 blah. So what? There are people without those great genetics. There are people without those, you know, crazy startups, without those crazy opportunities that still make it far. Maybe they don't make it as far, but they still make it far. Would you rather not make it at all or make it further down the line than anyone else? The only person that can make you work harder is yourself. Why is that? Because you can have motivation, but motivation isn't anything without discipline. When you feel motivated, a lot of the times it's for a few hours, few days, few weeks, and then it slowly diminishes and it turns into just nothing. Eventually you burn out and, you know, all that motivation you had is gone. You fall back into a spiral and then You get another boost in motivation. Boom, boom, boom. Cycle continues, cycle continues, cycle continues. With discipline, on the other hand, you start to enjoy the process. You start to enjoy the grueling hours of work. You start to enjoy the effort you have to put in. You start to enjoy, working harder every single day. And maybe that isn't for everyone. But every situation is different, and this doesn't only apply to a job or to sports or to, anything basic. When it comes down to it, if you want to start up a company, you have to work harder every single day because it's a startup company. No one's there to help you. There are people that help support you financially, but there's no one that's going to be there and be like, hey, make this decision, make that decision, make that decision. You have to make that on your own. Every decision is made by you. No one else can make that decision for you. If you let yourself be, impacted, that decision is still on you, and it only affects you. Maybe it affects someone else, but if it affects someone else, that should be more reason to think about the decision before you make it. When you think about it, have you ever had a really bad piece of advice, and when you think back to it, you're like, yeah, I blame them. I blame that person for telling me to do that. You can't blame that person. They gave you their opinion. They told you what they would do, and you followed through with it. There's no one to blame but yourself. You made that decision. But when you ask someone for their opinion, and you're like, hey, that's a really crappy opinion, don't follow it. But if it's an actual good piece of advice, and it's something that you look at and you're like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, then make it. Everything is going to impact your life. Maybe it impacts someone else's, but to what extent? I'm currently taking 4 APs and 2 IBs this semester for my senior year. It's horrible, honestly. It's a lot of homework, and it's just a lot of memorization, and there's so much to memorize in every class, and it's just stressing me the hell out. But we're getting through it. Whose decision was that? Me. Who needs to work harder to catch up and to be better? Me. I made that decision, so I gotta stick with it, and I gotta grow with it. After this video, I'm actually gonna go and do my chem and my calc homework. That decision was on me. You know what I mean? And it's gonna make me a better person in the sense that I'm getting used to working harder and studying, and I'm becoming a smarter person in the long run. If I would have chosen all easy classes this year, I could have been flying by, never having homework, never having to worry about anything. But I didn't decide to do that. That was a tough decision for me. I want to go to a good college. I want to get into kinesiology. I'm just a regular person like everyone else. You know what I mean? There's nothing crazy special about me, and maybe the way I talk and the way I think is different from what people are used to. But just because I think a certain way and I talk a certain way, it doesn't mean anything. That doesn't define me. I could talk and talk and talk, and there are going to be things that people don't agree with, that people don't see as, correct. That's great. Everyone else is going to have a different opinion. The only thing that matters is my opinion. To me. To you, the only thing should matter is your opinion, because you're the person that has to listen to it 24/7. When you have a negative perspective and a negative outlook on life, everything is negative. Everything is critical. It's like when you're listening to a sad song. When you're listening to a sad song, you're going to get emotional. You're going to start thinking about, this time or that time or that time. You're going to start thinking about that. But when you listen to joyful music, you're going to be happy, you're going to be upbeat, you're going to be, bobbing your head, whatever. That's basically what I'm saying. Think about the brain as a lens. Not even the brain. Think about your interpretation as a lens. If you have a very positive lens, everything is going to seem like a gift, and everything is going to seem like an opportunity. But when you have a negative lens, everything is a setback. Everything is something that, is trying to push you away from your goals. Like I said before, I don't know what it is. I think it might be food poisoning. It might be a stomach bug. Who knows? But it's not stopping me. I'm going to use this time to relax, take a break, catch up on work. You know, I've been doing powerlifting and my body's been getting really fatigued. Overly fatigued. Maybe to the point where, you know, I'm experiencing it day by day. You know, sometimes I'll be walking. My legs are sore as hell. My lower back hurts. You know, I'm 17. Shouldn't be doing that at that age. You know, it shouldn't hurt. But I'm taking this time to relax, to sit back, to catch up on work, and to genuinely just like catch my breath, get out of the water, catch my breath, and then go back in. Never let your circumstances control you. You can control yourself. Circumstances are just there. They're always going to be there. They're unpredictable. The only thing that is predictable is the way you act. If you act negatively, it's going to be a negative outcome. Why? Because the only thing you're thinking about is a negative. When it's positive, the only thing that you can get out of it is a positive outcome. Why? Because everything you receive is a blessing. When it's negative, no matter what you get, no matter what you do, I didn't do enough. I need more. I should strive for more. Maybe you could have done more. But that's why you look at it positively. Hey, next time I'll do more. If there is no next time, then you've learned your lesson. Put more effort in. There should be no reason to look at life in a negative aspect or through a negative lens. Life is beautiful, life is great, life is short. Live it to the fullest. I didn't have a quote for, I did have the quote for today. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't have hard work. Remember that quote. And stay safe, stay healthy, careful for that stomach bug. I will see you guys in the next one.